Governor Soludo calls on Nigerians to emulate the legacies of late Bishop Crowther. Archbishop's wife, Dr. Ibezim, tasked leaders at all levels on good governance. Nigerian Air Force helicopter crashes in Kaduna. South Africa unveils new coalition government. The special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Now, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called on Nigerians to live selfless lives as exemplified by the late Bishop Ajayi Crowther, who was the first bishop on the Niger. The governor was speaking at the 160th birth anniversary celebration of the consecration of Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther, as well as a celebration of the existence of the diocese on the Niger. All Saints Cathedral, Onitsha, was the venue of the event, and our Government House correspondent Ejike Abana filed this report.
While describing the event as historic and celebrating someone who traversed the region, Governor Soludo noted that despite the racism and discrimination he faced, Bishop Crowther preserved and laid the foundations for most of the institutions that have aided the service of humanity, not minding that he was from another tribe. Governor Soludo described such a life as boundless, without limitations, stressing that people should never forget who they are, but celebrate their history. Part of it is authenticity. Governor Soludo urged the people to live for others and be the change they wish to see, pointing out that in the last two recruitments embarked upon by his administration, where nobody was employed based on tribe or denomination. The governor added that the present administration is building five new general hospitals in the state, sited in the North Senatorial Zone of the state, where the need is the greatest, calling on all to take serving humanity as a principle to make Nigeria better.
That is the whole essence that I want to emphasize, that we must all take for. Be the change that we want to be. What is the Ajayi Crowther in you as you deal with the others? And for us, as I listen to this, someone who is just reflecting back on where we are as a nation. And we say no tribe and tongue may differ, but the brotherhood we should do what? That's the message of someone Ajayi Crowther.
In a sermon, the Archbishop, Metropolitan, and Primate of all Nigeria, Most Reverend Henry Ndokoba, represented by Most Reverend Emmanuel Ebunu, expressed optimism that people in authority would be guided by the fear of God, describing Bishop Crowther as someone who has distinguished himself, saying that he lived a life of passion, asking the people to rekindle their passion.
We are serving under the Lord, and we must serve as overseers under God, appointed by the Holy Spirit, caring for the church of God, which he obtained with his blood. And the gospel for that is John 21, I like verse 15. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than this?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you."
Retinue of bishops and other clergy, traditional ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Emeka Achebe, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Chief Emeka Anyoku, among others, attended the event.
A panel of inquiry into building collapses in Anambra State commences sitting in Awka. The 9-man panel of inquiry inaugurated by Governor Chukwuma Soludo on the 20th of June is to investigate the causes of the building collapse at Dennis Memorial Grammar School, DMGS Onitsha, and lack of shops at Oduibo Market, Ochanja, also in Onitsha, and make useful recommendations. Our correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi filed this report.
To the chairman of the panel, Engineer Victor Meju, explained that the term of reference for the panel also includes making effort to strengthen the law or propose a bill to establish a control agency to be charged with the responsibility of building supervision to avoid incessant building collapse. Engineer Meju noted that the major problem of building collapse is lack of supervision by concerned persons and agencies in doing the needful at every stage of building a structure, including doing a laboratory test for materials and other working implements, which if all is done properly, such would be averted. He emphasized that aside Physical Planning Board and Oka Capital Territory Development Authority, ACTA, a supervising agency will help in monitoring buildings and avoid collapses, as the panel of inquiry is made up of professionals drawn from different professional bodies in building and structure.
States have what's called building control agency, and the state has implemented this before. Where it will not be out of play if Anambra State should model what Lagos had and Ebonyi State has to have a standard law of building control in Anambra State. And what my committee is doing is to do an in-depth critical forensic analysis of what is the cause of the site failures, and then come and profile solution, possibly recommendations to government to see how this can be abated.
Those who appeared before the panel on its first sitting were the consultants handling the DMGS building, Professor Chris Oyeka, a previous contractor on site, Engineer Chiedu Ibabuchi, the supervising engineer Chukwuemeka Nweke, and the architect who designed the building structure, Chidubem Olisa. They took turns to explain their involvement with the building till the time it collapsed, and panel members took turns to grill them with critical questions. The panel of inquiry sitting continues today at the Secretary to the State Government Hall, Government House, Oka. It's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The president of Mothers Union, Women's Guild and Girls Guild Province of the Niger, Dr. Mrs. Martha Ibezim, says corruption by the leadership class of the country has marred individual efforts get towards the growth and development of the nation. Dr. Ibezim stated this in an address to the 2024 Oka Diocesan Women's Conference Adwork held at Holy Trinity Church, Nibo, in Oka South Council area. A correspondent, Amaka Chibuzokoye, completes the story.
Dr. Mrs. Ibezim, who is also the President, Women's Ministry and Young Wives Association of Diocese of Oka, is the President of the conference, which has the theme, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." She pointed out that there is a high level of marginalization in the distribution of power and dividends of democracy and massive suppression of minority groups, adding that the rise in fuel price, electricity tariff, and devaluation of Naira has made access to the basic things in life very difficult. She, however, commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo and his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, for their developmental strides in Anambra State, stating that citizens are feeling the impacts of good governance. On the theme of the conference, Dr. Mrs. Ibezim called on the delegates to live exemplary lives of determination, resolution, and persistence as showcased by the biblical roots, asking them to draw closer to God, seek Him continually, obey, have faith, and keep reminding God of His words.
Promise to be with us until the end of the age. You are a prayer answering God. We gather today to bask in the warmth of your presence, to offer our heartfelt gratitude and praise unto you. We are humbled by your unwavering love and countless blessings in our lives.
Writing to the address, the President of the Women's Ministry, Province of Aba, Mrs. Hope Nwobia, on behalf of other archbishops and bishops' wives who attended the conference, said Dr. Mrs. Ibezim and her husband, Alexander, are being used by God to transform lives, and asked the delegates to support them in the work they are doing in the diocese.
She has succeeded in doing using the theme, I will never let you go and let you bless me, is to draw the attention of people back to God. Because a good number of people seem to have forgotten God. But she has chosen this theme, and I believe God gave her the theme to remind us that God is still the source of our blessing.
While adopting the presidential charge become a working document in the diocese, Justice Selin Nweke noted that the theme shows the difference between being a true Christian and an ordinary churchgoer, and challenged the delegates to hold on to what they learned from the conference, as the church is a forerunner in building a functional society. On her part, the chairperson of ADWOC 2024, Lady Joy Opago, said the conference will help delegates renew their relationship with God and ask them to utilize the lessons of the conference in their day-to-day activities. Launching of the presidential charge, presentations to the president of the conference, and displays were some of the major features of the program. The presentation of the presidential address at the conference was attended by the Archbishop, Province of the Niger, and Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, from Holy Trinity Church, Nibo, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
A 6-classroom block renovated by the First Bank of Nigeria Limited at Community Secondary School Ihite, Orumba South local government area has been commissioned for use. Also at the event, the Ihite Development Union donated a new generator to the school to ensure an uninterrupted power supply and guarantee a seamless learning process even during power outages. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha tells us more.
And all the Son, and all the Holy Spirit.
Speaking before commissioning the project, the Group Managing Director, FBN Holdings PLC, and illustrious son of Ihite Community, Mr. Nnamdi Okonkwo, represented by the Group Head, Commercial Banking, Southeast 2, First Bank of Nigeria Limited, Mr. Francis Amota, said the project is a way of giving back to the society by ensuring quality education as he received, adding that when teachers are motivated and good learning environment provided, quality education is guaranteed.
This is part of our corporate social responsibility, a way of giving back to the society. When teachers are satisfied, they give quality education to the students.
The traditional ruler-elect of Ihite Community, Chief Timothy Ifurunwa, who thanked the benefactor for giving back to the society that helped in shaping his future, said he grew up knowing Community Secondary School Ihite as one of the best in the state. Chief Ifurunwa, who thanked Governor Chukwuma Soludo for believing in and supporting development in the education sector and partnership for community development, also thanked the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumude, for responding to the pressing needs of the school. He equally thanked teachers in the school for their sacrifices for the good of the community, urging students of the school to embrace opportunities before them.
Because of the training we give him from this village, so that is why he will be able to know that this school exists. Because in some area, the people of that profile don't even know that villagers exist. Yes. But he knows that we exist. I really thank him. I'm thanking the governor, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo. This is a governor that believes in education.
Earlier in his address, the President General of Ihite Development Union, Surveyor George Madu, who also thanked their illustrious son, Mr. Okonkwo, for attracting the project to his community, described the event as a testament to a collective commitment to achieving excellence by creating a conducive environment for learning, growth, and innovation, saying it marks a new chapter in the history of the community school. The President General of Ihite Development Union, who equally thanked the state government for allowing communities to partner for sustainable development, appealed to the government to also help the once boarding school return to its past glory by constructing a perimeter fence to protect men and material therein, describing it as one of the pressing needs of the community. Also thanking their benefactor for the project, the principal of Community Secondary School Ihite, Princess Angoleka Abazu, represented by the vice principal, Mrs. Onye Oraba, said teachers in the school are further motivated to put in their best in their service.
Good classroom environment enhances good teaching and learning, and you have given us a good one today.
Adding their voices, students of the school through their senior prefect, Wisdom Eze, and deputy senior prefect Promise Igwe, promised to take advantage of available facilities in the school for personal development and to make the community and their benefactor proud. Chairman of the Education Committee, Ihite Development Union, Dr. Peter Okoli, was represented at the event by the Secretary of the Committee, Engineer Anayo Anumodo, from Ihite in Orumba South Local Government Area. Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
And the College of the Masters, Oka, has emerged as the overall winner of the final stage of the maiden edition of the Anambra State Private Schools Debate Championship. The debate team of the school went home with a cash prize of 100,000 naira, a golden cup, and a golden medal. The Wano Wimo Memorial Secondary School, Umudioka, Oka, which took second position, went home with 75,000 naira, as well as a silver medal. Our correspondent, Queen Anibogo, tells us more.
The debate championship is undertaken as a philanthropic gesture by the non-governmental organization Agbako Empowerment and Development Foundation, which is an initiative of Dr. Amobi Nwokafo. The event, held at College of the Masters, Commissioner's Quarters, Oka, had in attendance students from selected private secondary schools in the state and their teachers. The Director General of the Foundation, Dr. Amobi Nwokafo, represented by the Deputy Director of Programs, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Oka, Mr. Roy Ekunife, said the debate championship is part of his way of giving back to the society, adding that before now, his foundation has been embarking on a medical mission to solve the medical need of members of the society. In his opening remark, the director of the program, Mr. Benson Ibe, explained that the foundation is embarking on the project to empower the students of private schools to catch up with the public schools and reap the benefits that accrue from such empowerment. He revealed that he, as the anchor person, reached out to private secondary schools in Anambra State to participate in the tournament free of charge, but only 16 of them registered for the debate. Mr. Ibe noted that the tournament went through 3 rounds, produced today's finalists, and urged proprietors of private schools in the state to endeavor to build on this initiative to take their students further until they also begin to appear on the world stage of debate tournaments.
It goes to where he feels there are need to fill in. So, and that is why we discovered the need in private schools. Because there is a new debating method now, which is called the World School Debating Championship. So we decided to introduce it.
The lead speaker of the College of the Masters, Master Adebisi Oluwatolu, on behalf of his team, returned all glory to God for granting them favor all through the stages of the debate and thanked the organizers and his teachers for giving them such an opportunity to showcase their talents.
All I just have to say is that it was just good. It was just God that just helped us to practice the training. The research was not actually easy, but God was just there with us. Showed us favor to the end. It was just so good.
The lead speaker from the first runner-up, Master Chiemelie Okoro, on behalf of his team, expressed joy for coming this far, even though they said they expected that they would have clinched the first position, but promised to put in more effort for future tournaments.
Okay, I would say a big thank you to them. Preparing us for this debate and the founder of the foundation for organizing does not actually happen all the time. I would say a big thank you to them.
The topic of the debate was, "This House believes that Nigeria should revert back to the parliamentary system of government." Debating between the two schools and presentation of prizes featured during the event. Queen Anibogo reporting for ABS News.
On the national scene, an Air Force helicopter belonging to the Nigerian Air Force in the early hours of Monday crashed in Tami village located in the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Eyewitness said the incident occurred at approximately 5 in the morning, causing significant alarm among residents. The helicopter, said to be on a routine operational flight, experienced technical difficulties that led to the crash. Fortunately, the pilot managed to execute emergency protocols effectively ensuring his survival. Eyewitnesses at the scene reported that the pilot emerged from the wreckage largely unscathed. Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, has played host to internal and national members of public relations as the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, celebrates its diamond anniversary and grand colloquium. The institute was established in 1963 but became chartered in 1990 following the signing into law Decree number 16 of June 1, 1990, titled Nigerian Institute of Public Relations Practitioners Decree 1990, which provides that the President of the Federation is the grand patron of the Institute, while the governors are patrons. Correspondent Ekwi Ajide has the details.
Members of NIPR from different parts of the country attended the celebration with the theme Public Relations, Value Reorientation and Economic Transformation. In her keynote address, the first female Vice President of Liberia, Dr. Joel Howard Taylor, while describing public relations as the lubricant of society's engine, said it is only through the right communication that man learns and understands his role in society.
We consider in our region Nigeria as the big brother.
Earlier in his remarks, the President and Chairman of the Governing Council of NIPR, Dr. Ikene Eliako, had said that even if Nigeria was designed and programmed to fail by its colonial masters, now is the time for Nigerians to wisely reprogram Nigeria for genuine transformation and development. He highlighted some core essentials of Nigeria's new narrative, including being honest with the citizens and earning their trust, effective and responsible communication, enthroning non-violent communication, rebuilding relationships and restoring respect for one another, among others.
It is no longer fashionable for governments to deceive citizens. It is no longer fashionable for government to give narratives at federal, state, and local government levels without supporting their words with action.
In a panel discussion on the theme, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, and the CEO of Airpeace, Allen Onyama, among others, proffered solutions to communication and economic woes in Nigeria.
The official comes to them to speak, they will say, he has come again. What has he got to offer? In fact, in some instances, people even turn off their radio stations, turn off their television, because they believe that whoever is there trying to talk on behalf of government is telling them a lie. As public communicator, one of the first things that you should do is to ensure that whatever you are saying, you are telling people the truth and nothing but the truth.
Nigeria is better than the state of France outside Nigeria. It's only the foreign nations pool that could be engineered from them that could cause a reawakening or a new perception of our country.
With this, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations says it has reason to accept the challenge to design a new narrative for Nigeria and will not relent until it is achieved. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
Outside the shores of the country, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has unveiled a new coalition government after his ruling African National Congress ANC party lost its parliamentary majority in May's elections. The ANC will have 20 out of 32 cabinet posts, while the pro-market Democratic Alliance, DA, until now the main opposition party, will hold 6. 6 other portfolios are shared amongst smaller parties. These appointments followed weeks of tense negotiations that threatened to scupper the agreement. At one point, Mr. Ramaphosa had accused the DA of trying to create a parallel government in breach of the Constitution. The shrinking of ANC support Ramaphosa had accused the DA of trying to create a parallel government in breach of the constitution. The shrinking of the ANC support in the elections reflected public frustration over its poor record on delivery, basic services, and tackling unemployment, poverty, and corruption. The ANC, led by Nelson Mandela, came to power in 1994, ending decades of white minority rule in South Africa. And with that foreign story, we conclude the news. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service, subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka, on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Governor Soludo has called on Nigerians to emulate the legacies of late Bishop Crowder. Archbishop's wife, Dr. Ibezim, has tasked leaders at all levels on good governance. Nigeria Air Force helicopter has crashed in Kaduna, and on the foreign scene, South Africa has unveiled new coalition government. The special message once again, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonya Nwokoye. Good morning and have a beautiful July.